Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Grand day, Royals, grand day, and welcome to Rock Truth Radio, where we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. I am your host, SelenaKay, along with my co-host, Jeff Releford, in the building, and a special guest, Ron Reed from the VNO. Yo,
yes, ma'am.
VNO, what you know. We live in a society today where truth before our very eyes is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. Speaking of which, Grand Resurrection Day, not Easter. Grand Resurrection.
Get it right. Let them know.
Resurrection. If we're going to celebrate anything or memorialize or honor him, let's do it right. Okay, it's not about bunnies. It is about the lamb. All right. So we do not practice paganism. We celebrate the kingdom and the culture and the government that he brought upon his shoulders. And so grand resurrection to everybody who is listening. Let's rock in truth on this day, as we remember what he did for our sins, the payment, and remembering who paid the bill. That's most important. We don't want to worship currency. Let's remember who was the one that footed the bill.
I want him to bless me with some money.
Listen,
listen,
it's yours. What do you mean? It's yours.
There it is.
He gave us the kingdom. But that's what it is. We are joint heirs. Go and take it, King.
You better say that.
You better go and take it, King.
You better take
what?
it.
You have a right.
That's right. Grab it.
You have a right to it. I would go spiritual ID, SelenaKay. Get his eye.
There it is.
Let me get that. I want 4 and 5. Let me get 4 and 5 in both ours. Both ours. Shout out to our sponsors, Healthy in Space. Healthy in Space. They are open. Not today, but they are open Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Get your herbs, get your sea moss, get your tinctures, get your skincare, your vitamins, and more. This is a Black-owned business. Shout out to Deontay making moves, man, for our health purposes, Lord. Your health is where your wealth lies. Your health is where your wealth lies, you know. And your food is medicine. So make sure you have the proper things in your body for functionality. They have daily specials as well. Mondays are Men Health Mondays. Tuesday, Tea Time Tuesdays. Wednesdays, Women's Health Wednesdays. Tinctures and tonics on Thursdays. Free radicals on Fridays. Skincare on Saturdays. Get 10% off. And if you mention Rock Truth Radio, get 10% off. Get your Rock Truth discount. Yo, it don't get no hotter.
Come on.
It don't get no grand.
I want my 10% off.
Listen, I know that's right, King. Listen, what?
Mm-hmm.
All them coins, man. I don't care if I save a penny. Is my penny?
It is 2024.
That's mine. I can take that penny, and put it on what else? Anything else.
Anything. You ain't lying.
Anything else is my penny. I want it. I used to, before I just like let change just be loose. I just be like, oh, I dropped the dime. Oh, I dropped the dime. Where's my dime?
There you go. Hold
Give
on.
me my dime. That's mine. No, I don't know what I'm gonna need that for. You know how much ice costs? They done went up on ice. This is shameful.
You know, it's amazing that the amazing part is that we use a derogatory term for that, and they call it being a Jew. But then we'll turn around and talk about how Jews own everything. Because they pick up pennies.
They really do.
Oh,
He ain't lying.
We're picking it up.
Come
What?
on,
The waste not, won't not. That's
Right,
that's what
right.
come on.
put my foot on it. Like, that's a 20 to me. Don't forget, go ahead. Vitamin C, elderberry, zinc, black seed oil, sea moss, golden seal, turmeric, and so much more. Before we get started, let's shout out to the Vibe. Oh my
Hey,
God,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Vibe
Vibe.
Studios, yo, which consists of none other than Ron Reed, VNO, what you know.
yeah.
My co-host, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, Life Coach Jeff in the building,
Yes,
Smooch.
yes.
Who is he?
Who is it?
Who is Smooch Wallace, yo? And then, of course, Rock Truth Radio. We are the Vibe. We do have spacing available if you need to do your own podcast or you need help with production. Let us know. Marketing services are also available. Just let us know now. Let's get into this show.
Yeah.
Let's get into this show. Let me
Let's
hold
do
on
it.
real quick. I gotta let y'all see who also in this building. There go Ron Reed. There's Ron Reed. Shout out to Ron Reed, man. Yes. So today we're talking about women's history.
Mhm.
Talking about women's history, and I'm going to kind of put you guys in the pilot seat today because if we're talking about women's history, I'm not going to negate myself. We do that all the time. We always like, oh, who else can we highlight? Let's highlight Maya Angelou. Okay, a lot of people already highlighted Maya.
Mhm.
What about Mary?
That's right.
What
Let's
about
learn
Mary?
Mary's legacy.
Yes,
What she's
yes.
laying down.
And what
you
it
know?
is that we're doing
Fact.
here at Rock Truth and what God is doing through me for society as a whole, you know? And so with women's history, I love the fact that we are honoring women because a lot of the times women think that, you know, because men are the head, they're leaders,
Mhm.
that it takes away from us as if we don't get recognition. But
Yeah.
we're a complimentary piece. And you should be honored for being a complimentary piece. You should be honored for helping. You know, a lot of us, we don't make it by ourselves. We make it
Mhm.
because we have help. And it is grand always to just turn to the people that help you and say thank you, you know?
Come on.
So
Let
with
them know.
women's history, I'm going to kind of like turn it over to you guys and kind of give you guys the floor to ask also questions. If you have questions out there and you're watching, you have questions regarding women, women history, anything, it could be up for grabs. Be cautious. But anything that you would like to ask regarding women, ask those questions. Like, I'm here to answer today. So, Jeff Releford,
What's up?
what's going on, King?
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
It's been a good week.
Yeah.
It's been a good week.
Yeah.
You know, just looking at some things, paying attention to stuff, making new strides, people.
Come on
making
now.
new strides.
Come
This
on
how
now.
we roll over here, you know.
Listen.
My cousin, when he walked in the door, he said, I'm like superhuman or whatever. Like, I don't get
You-
no
A
sleep.
monster, bro.
Transhumanism.
Life Coach Jeff is a monster.
I'm like,
we all have our parts to the Vibe vehicle, and man, you drive it, bro. You like
Yo.
the engine. You
Oh.
move.
thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you move.
Ooh.
You
I
move, and
appreciate
I've
that.
always appreciated that about you.
Ooh.
But you know, we all have our parts, like I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
And the engine just sitting on the ground can't do anything by itself.
Come
That's
on,
true.
King.
Yeah.
So,
it takes
you
more
know,
parts.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah,
more
it
parts.
might be the
so-
engine, but you know, you still got wheels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
You got a whole, you got the hoses, you got to make sure, I don't know, hell, you got the windows to go down, power
Yeah.
window, everything.
Yeah.
It all works to
Yeah.
formulate a vehicle.
And you still need a driver.
And you still
Come on,
need a
come
driver.
on.
You know, it's still
Boom. There
sometimes
it
you
is,
could
sir.
be an engine and you could be directionless. You're going 100 miles an
Mhm.
hour in the wrong direction. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But you still, bro, you drive, you inspire me and you drive all of us. And then Mary, man.
Oh, Mary's a different breed of woman.
Listen.
We talked last night. Oh, come on.
She is.
Come on.
I'm the $6 spark plug.
Yeah.
You can have the grandest engine,
Mhm.
you can have the grandest vehicle, it can look good, the prettiest color, the dopest driver, the dopest name. The namesake is important on cars. People love Porsche for a reason. You have all of that, but that car doesn't move without the $6 spark plug.
Right.
Come on.
The spark
the
plug,
spark.
baby.
She is the spark.
Shoot, if anything, Mary's spark plug costs a good $100.
Right. She them gold boys.
Hello?
Trying to
Value.
See?
try to tell you, y'all better recognize that. Y'all better know.
Thank you, King. I love that. No, that's dope. That's dope.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us off subject.
Because now I'm like, how do you see yourself in the vehicle? What part do you see as yourself in this vehicle?
Sometimes I feel like the highway. I feel like
okay.
Yeah, I feel like if you notice, I feel like that I don't move as much, but I feel like God has given me a path, but I need y'all in order to go down this path. We all need each other, but he has given me the path.
So you're the navigation system.
Yeah, I'm the navigation system.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
what's up. Yeah,
he's if you, I mean, and I'm not. We would not have moved in this studio without a we.
Oh,
but
facts.
At the same time, it's like I think sometimes I need that time to like sit there, and God will say, "Hey, this," and then all of a sudden we got a studio.
Man,
you know what I mean? Or go over here and talk to this person,
right?
And then all of a sudden, if I look at how we met. And the show hasn't come out yet, but I still believe it's going to come out. But I look at how we met Tasha and Barney and the things that have come out of that and the things that will come out of it. But I would not, he could give me I could navigate all day. Couldn't go nowhere without the engine, the spark plugs, Smooch Wallace is everything else.
Hey man, anything that you don't think that you have, that is what Smooch is.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that you lay down and you forget that's there, and then you need it later on.
Right.
That is Smooch Wallace, yo. Like, for real. I don't understand.
Anybody see my
right? I swear.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't even know I needed that boat.
Right.
That's it, yo.
Everything else. Shout out to Smooch Wallace, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Like, you're absolutely right, man. Like, my dreams couldn't even become reality without you all. So I'm like really, really honored. Like, even to, man, I don't want to start. Let me stop.
Yo,
okay.
But real talk, to swing it back to you though, because we are gonna highlight and honor you. To swing it back to you though, you got to remember though, Mary, just with everything that you have to offer, just as you being you. And just a woman overall, I tell you all the time, there's so many women that can learn so much from you. You have a great foundation. You have a great belief system that comes along with that foundation. And I got to say this to the people. Hey, let me look right in the camera and say it. Some of y'all women are lacking a strong foundation. Ooh. And but with this woman that has allowed me to be the co-host out here, and what she has done with her platform and what she stands for, y'all can learn something from this woman.
Thank you, King.
She's human like everybody else.
Yes, I am.
We ain't gonna get it right. We ain't saying
yes, I am.
But what we're trying to say is that Mary has something that you need to take from her.
Ooh.
And if you don't take something from it, from what she says or does, moves, just lays out anything for you, you have done yourself a great disservice and you have missed out.
Come on, kid.
Yeah.
So
she's so okay with being.
Oh,
yes, she's
confident.
She is the definition of a based and a bound.
Oh my God, this boy gonna make me cry.
Oh, he about to preach a sermon in here.
No, because you are you are okay where you're at and you still go forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's hard. Like, people don't know. Sometimes we be going forward and we ain't supposed to be. And sometimes we don't know how to sit still. And that it seems like I look at you and you just seem okay. Like you have found that balance between being okay, but also knowing I gotta move.
Ooh. She's got peace, brother.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what peace look like. Yeah, that's what peace look like. You give me hope.
Ronald.
You give me hope. Now, I don't know how many of y'all exist, but
and we ain't saying that y'all ain't out there. We just saying we don't know how many exist.
They're rare breeds. It's just rubies, man. You got to dig them up. Dig them up. Yeah, like it is. They are far above other precious stones, other precious jewels, and so it ain't a lot. I used to think like, man, if we teach more as more models, this and the other, we'll have more. No, we won't. The legacy of Ruby is that it's rare. That's the purpose of it. And so, you can come close. You can come close, but these rare breeds, man, you just got to be willing to dig and find them.
Yeah.
You got to be willing. And then also, and that's an investment. And so I was going to say, be willing to invest in it. That's an investment, as kings teach. teach.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
make sure you have a vessel that's willing to learn. Like if you have anybody that's teachable, you can work with them. But somebody that's just they bucking horses, they not teachable, they mouth running more, it can't be muzzled. Hey, hey, the answer is no.
I think, I think personally that God put us. I think a lot of women think that means that they have to sit back and just not take the lead, but your lead is in doing and being.
Yes,
and like a lot of times, men will they of course they take the lead. You say that men are supposed to take the lead, but they're looking at you.
Wow.
They're looking at you go out and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
and I'm able to lead because of that.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow,
and Mary, you are a great driving source. Like for real, Mary, you are a great driving source. The thing is, is that the way, listen, y'all, she is operating amongst 3 men.
Yeah.
Now that should be something right there. You know, if you ain't really, y'all hear us say the vibe, but y'all don't understand. It is 1 woman and 3 men.
Man.
And Mary is able to operate within that realm of 3 dominant men that we know what we want. We know how we want to do things.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting because even through all of that, Mary still serves.
Come on, King.
She still serves.
Bro, she ironed the curtains.
Them
curtains on everybody's show. Was wrinkled.
Rankled.
And I was it was wrinkled. They weren't even
so
wrinkled. They wasn't even wrinkled. They was wrinkled.
Yes, sir.
And I was just embarrassed. I kept seeing them creases every time I got on and did my show. And we came in here and we ran in here. This was last Sunday when I had Ty Renee on my show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, Mary, them curtains need to be. She said, okay, I got you. Bro, she set up, and that's what I mean by being. I was able to lead because of something as silly that might seem as silly as the curtains, but I was able to gather my mind and do what I had to do. And she just hand me another curtain. She set up a little stool over there. We had the iron, and she ironed all the curtains, bro. And it was the piece that put everything together. I was able to do everything I had to do.
There it is.
You know what I mean? And that's and it's that that balance, man. You know, and she does that for all of us.
All of us.
Right.
All of
us. Yeah.
It's wild. Most women would probably go crazy like that, man. Most women probably wouldn't have enough balance to even to hear what it honestly for you to listen and to hear what all of us, she listens to what all of us have going on in our lives. You have to remember, once again, 3 men, we 3 different personalities, and along with her trying to balance her own stuff as well. This woman acquires a certain set of special skills that I really believe that, like, I'm for real, because it takes a lot to do that, and a lot of people can't do that. It's hard for one person to do that alone by themselves. You know, listen to people. You got to be a therapist for one person. You just got to be a listening ear. Then you got to be a Maya Angelou for somebody else. you know, but you wear all those hats, and you wear those hats, Mary, and she doesn't complain. Yeah, she doesn't complain.
I think we all fall together so well because we want to do our respective roles.
Yeah.
They say, you know, men are supposed to lead, women are supposed to follow. I don't like just follow because it just sounds like you like a little dog behind following.
Definitely.
I would much rather say facilitate.
Ooh, brother.
Say that again and look into the camera.
Come on.
You got to look right in that camera.
I would much rather say facilitate.
Yeah,
man. And there's no leading without facilitation. You need some. Is facilitation a word?
If it's not, you just made it. I like it.
It is.
Facilitation.
It is. We can Google it right now.
You make me Google it.
You know
we nerds.
I'm gonna take a look at it. I'll let you know. Give me 2 seconds.
No. This is. I'm. Yesterday, I had a conversation. The luxury of having a conversation with Jeff's wife, and we were talking about, you know, living in the moment and taking things in the moment. She used an example of simply washing the dishes and how normally we're thinking about things from the past, or we're thinking about things in the future, where the future and the past at one point is the present, right? It's the present. And so if we focus on just the present, like how the water feels over my hands as I'm washing dishes, and how things are, you know, necessary. The camera went out. Oh, thank you for that. How the water feels. We got to reset, guys.
Yeah.
How the water feels, over your fingers and, just living in that moment, thoughts that you don't allow any further to persist. And once you find yourself in that moment, what you do is you stop yourself. And so just listening to this, I want to be in the moment of listening to my kings, give me flowers while I'm here. It don't cost to do. Excuse me. Even when we had Dr. J on Ron's show the other day, and I've been cracking up in my head about how they was saying, write his book, and then I'll have the cover already made. I'm just, I'm hollering. And I'm just like, but no, that's the truth. That's
who she is.
It's good to see or hear how people see you. And sometimes you don't even see yourself. With everything that you're saying, I'm so busy on the grow, I don't have the time, or I don't sometimes take the luxury of stopping and smelling the flowers or the roses, or taking in the air or anything while I'm here. And I want to do that. I thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan Releford, for that. Yes, for that, and bringing me back to not just saying live in the precinct, but teaching me how. That's the imperative piece, especially with Rock Truth. We have discovered that it's not that we don't know who and what, but it's that how piece that we're not taught, how to do things. And that's where we're failing. We don't have the principles incorrect. It's just that we don't know how to apply them. We don't know how to do it. And so this is where we're failing.
Fact.
And so to teach me how to be precinct is grateful. I'm grateful for that. So thank you guys for flowers. These are the most amazing roses.
And the thing is, people, y'all got to understand, we're not, when we make these statements about Mary and we say these things, we're not saying it because we just saying it to hype up. No, we saying this because this is, when you see the essence of a person, you know who they are. And we have seen Mary. We know Mary, Yeah. So when we talk about anybody, for all of us, when we hype up anybody, we got good things to say. Yeah, y'all better listen. Because we pay attention to people, yo. We pay attention. But in our group, Mary, she talk about the kings all the time, but Mary is the queen. Real talk.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Mary is the queen in this bad boy.
Yeah.
And we don't say that to put on a pedestal. We say that because of how she moves, how she facilitates, as Ron said earlier, how she's just being, and trying to tell y'all, man, a lot of women don't do that. So Mary, we gonna move into this question piece because I got questions.
Okay, you got questions. Let's do it. Let's grow. Let's do it.
What do you feel is like what do you think is the biggest thing that women are missing in 2024? Women are missing in order to be that vessel of facilitation for the mate.
Order, structure, and discipline.
Okay, elaborate, because you got to break it down. They ain't gonna like it, but you gonna break it down.
Order, structure, and discipline. There's a lack of order. Understanding who, what, when, where, and how, as far as what's first.
Okay.
God is first.
Yeah.
Which allows you to have a king in place that's now first, second. You know what I mean? Because he's the Christ of the home. And this isn't because, you're married to anybody. This is all about friendship. It's the foundational basis for everything. It's about honoring God and other people, honoring God in a man. And so when you honor him, he's now first. He's the Christ of the home, in any home, in every home. It doesn't even matter about the age. This is my son is honored and recognized, in our home as just that. He king.
Okay. Definitely.
Period.
Definitely.
Like he's king.
Yeah.
Period. So order and understanding the role that you play as a woman, it doesn't take away from a man. You complement it.
Come on.
It's not about completing him. You can never complete him. That's between him and God. He can never complete you. That's between you and God. But to complement each other is where it lies. So we need order, understanding that you're the neck, not the head. And so when you have the neck on top of the head, it's a what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Deformity. It's a deformity. And so if you saw somebody walking around and their head was where their neck was and their neck was at
I'm running.
I mean, it's
Exactly.
I'm out
Run.
of there.
We got the game.
right.
I'm with him.
Right.
I'm gone too.
It's a deformity. Like you would be looking at it like, or like Ron said, you're running. So no, it's that there's order in the home and understanding that still even being the neck and he's the head and as beautiful as it is and how grand he looks, this, and the other, he can't even turn his body without you. You know, you provide mobility, flexibility for him to be, for him to move.
Yes.
And so understanding who you are is very imperative. So let's add that to also the list, but let's keep on going. You got to know who you are, but order, then structure, the structure that God has provided, the structure that the king in your life provides. There's a way in which he does things and your job isn't to come along and then change that plan that he has, that way. You're it's a kingdom. It functions the way in which he desires it to go. You are now here to help. Adam, he named us woman. God called us help. He called us to help. And I don't know about you, like at any point in time you need help, you don't care where it's coming from. I need help.
Come on now.
I'm grateful for it.
Yes.
But he called us to be help. And so that structure comes from the king that's in your life, the king that you are desiring to be with. And this is all preparation. Like you are prepared mentally for the task at hand. So prayerfully, you have a father that's preparing that for you. Are you good, King?
We all right, big dog.
Now it makes it look like the vibe video that I just played.
Right.
That scene vibe in real life.
It's prayerfully you have a father.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a father in your life, God will provide. First of all, he'll make usage of you not having a father in your life because you learn the significance and value and appreciation for when you do. And then you understand that a father doesn't have to be biological. It's somebody who's coming along and willing to choose you and take you upon, their lives and teach you everything that you needed to know. Shout out to Pastor Cato Brooks, currently recalled, who was a father to me. He taught me everything a woman needed to know before he was taken out of here. And I'm appreciative for that. I needed a father.
That's love. Because I know that man, he built a whole legacy.
Yes, he did.
The foundations he laid on people, and to know, and for you to say that, that goes on. That's saying a lot.
I'm talking about drills every single day. I didn't know what was happening. It was phone calls. It was every single day I was getting chiseled. And I didn't even know what was happening. That's Sometimes I was like, what? But no, he was testing and just making sure I was equipped. He left his skeletal remains in me. And I'm forever. And the crazy part about that is from that point on, I'm like, I keep getting connected to grand men like yourselves.
That's awesome.
I'm never around the company of just average, mundane men. I'm always in the company of the grandest of men, the pickings of the pickings that God has for that particular generation. So order, structure, discipline.
You create a place for grand men. That's
put that thing on him. Let that man speak.
Because man, look, I can't not be in peace. You know what I mean? Yeah. And because a lot of men, we'll put it out there like peace is just that my woman shut up. Peace encompasses so much more, and you create a peace, a place of peace that grand men are okay, not just okay being around you. They want to be around you.
Yo, for real.
Yeah, they want to be. They want to be in your presence. They feel comfortable in your presence. They don't feel attacked. They don't feel. They don't feel the need to do things outside of themselves.
Yeah,
they feel peaceful in your presence, and so like I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's why you're going to continue, and you're going to escort us into the presence of grander men.
Yes, facts. She is saying, my man, you are saying straight facts. That's true. That's true, man. Because it's once again, man, it's just how she moves. It's how she does. Like when you said Cato Brooks and you saying he did that, like I said, that's saying a lot. Because for you to have that found and to take it in and to recognize it, like you said, when he would call, you'd be like, "What?" You'd be like, "What do you want?
Jesus.
What do you need from me now? What more can I give you?" But for you to take that and to say, "Okay, you know what? We got something here. we got something. Let me hold on to what this man is telling me. He's not trying to tell me what to do, but he's trying to show me a better way. He's trying to show me a different way from what society is saying a woman has to be, how she has to conduct herself, even down to the words that's coming out of her mouth. He instills something in you, and that's great, man. You don't hear a lot of women, or any women really for that matter, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe, that like to talk about how a man has instilled more value in them so they can be better. How often do you hear that being said?
You don't, because we focus so much on Mother's Day. And that's the like you Father's Day don't even get real recognition like that. But Mother's Day, as if it's the mother, but the mother is just the manager. She should have been taught, again, back to structure. She should have been taught that man's structure for his home. But we're resource. We're not the source. We come from you. That's another reason why we can never be grander than you or over you. How can you be grander than something you come from? And so we come from you. And they think that, okay, men are the nurturers. Men are the nurturers women are the nurturers of the home. Well, you got that from someplace.
Come on.
From him. He is the one. He's the one that truly is doing the training up of a child. When you're training up of a child, woman, you're included in the child category. You're being taught. You are the one that's going to eventually be able to manage his children, his seeds, so they're not spoiled or rotten, because there's nothing about a spoiled or rotten product that you want to even eat. You throw it out. And that includes his children. So when you're like, my child spoiled, that's not a grand thing. No, that means it's rot.
I heard a theory the other day where it was a woman that said that women don't come from men. That I think she was trying to use the Bible too, but I
let the cat rain on me, big dog.
I don't even want to hear your theory, bro. We got so much information out there. We stupid.
Information war.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your theory on why women didn't come from men. That was probably one of the more simplest scriptures. If you believe in scriptures and you're gonna use scripture, that was probably one of the simplest scriptures. We went to sleep.
Right.
Took a rib.
Exactly.
God created WomBman.
Hello, WomBman. Listen.
And I think, and man, I just think we just don't want to. Nobody likes authority.
That's it. Teach, brother.
Nobody likes authority. And we all want to stand outside of authority. And we want to do the things that are not becoming of us. Like it's like in human beings to not want to do the thing that will help you out.
To do right.
To do right. Or like, it's like they just don't want to follow orders, man. I look at my guys at work, and the other day I had to send a couple people home, and it's like, oh man, it was a Friday. It was actually Friday. Like, oh man, why we got to go home? And then the day before that, actually,
okay,
I didn't want nobody to be on overtime, and the crane needed to be packed up. So I figure I'll stay and pack up the crane. I said, hey man, you guys get out of here. It's like, you got like 5 minutes. It's gonna take like 20 minutes to pack up this crane. I'm good. It was me and the crane operator there, and I'm pushing everything underneath the crane. I'm trying to help break it down. And I turn around and everybody's still standing there. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just start telling y'all the opposite of what I want you to do.
They want to think.
And I'm not faulting them. It was a funny moment, but it just reminds me that inside of human beings, it's like it's like, what you're told, and we want to do. It's just in us to do outside of that. And so taking that back to the male-female relationship, men don't want to be leaders. We don't want to stand up and be what's inside of us. Women don't want to be followers. I'm not just blaming it on women. I'm blaming it on all of us. It's like, it's like when it's time for a man to lead, it's like, oh man, why I gotta, but bro, you have to understand something. It's in you, man.
It's in you to do it.
It's in you to do it.
Facts.
Women, it's in you. I don't want to say followers, but it's in you to facilitate.
There you go.
And you have to understand that doesn't make you any less.
No.
Come on.
There would be nothing to follow if you didn't facilitate.
Teach. Teach.
There, it's a symbiotic relationship.
It is. Ooh, symbiotic. Ain't it? I just want to symbiotic. Oh my God.
It's one of those relationships. You live because I live, and I live because you live.
Ooh.
That's it, bro.
Total interdependency.
Yeah.
Total interdependency.
Yeah.
Like we truly need each other.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like again, going back to the entire thing as a whole, having the structure, having the order, and having the discipline. Like you're saying, like when you understand exactly the role that you play, just play your role. Like I can't eat one of the parts on Cat Williams, one of the specials, I can't remember. I think it was Pimp Chronicles. and he was saying like he was telling all, you know, his girls like, hey, I'm about to take over the world and I'm gonna need you to do X, Y, and Z. And she was just like, you know what? I don't know how he gonna get this done, but I'm gonna do my part. Okay.
Yeah.
That was but that's order, that's structure. That's I don't care. None of the specifics have to matter to me. I just need to know what role I play, and I need to do that.
Yeah.
And everything else will be taken care of from fellowship or facilitation.
Yeah.
You know, we did determine that was a word.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a word. That is a word, man. Yes,
Yeah. Facilitation is a word.
It is a word. Great. The discipline piece.
Yeah.
The discipline piece is imperative. This is about your will.
Yeah.
This has to do with your will. You gotta want to. You gotta want to follow God. You have to want to follow who He put in place for leadership. You have to want to follow the King. And if you don't, get out of that kingdom.
Yeah.
Go serve in the kingdom that you want to willingly, because your life will be fulfilled. Like His life will be fulfilled. And again, this is not just about marriage. This is about friendship.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to be in your friend's life and you're not willing to be a friend, whether they're friends to you back, if you're not willing to be a friend to this person, leave. Like the door is open. And so find you a place where you're willing to grow and you're disciplined as far as anything doesn't grow. You don't allow yourself to just do or grow about being anything or anybody. You know, as far as what you believe, that's what you believe over what you crave. You know, what he said over what you say. Like you may even think something different from him or want to say something different, and the floor is always open for your opinion. However, if he doesn't follow that, don't be upset.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel that when women get upset about them not being the wisdom or I don't want to say the wisdom, I want to say just the advice being followed. I think because we all have an image or a picture of how we want something to look, you know, and just like how it goes, if your picture isn't painted as perfect as you want it to, you're going to find something wrong with it. And you just might point it out. It's your choice if you want to keep it inwardly or outwardly. But 9 times out of 10, women will sometimes, not all women, but some women will go ahead and point that out. And the thing is, I feel that most women, or a lot of women, what they have to do is, or some women, what they have to do is, you see, I had to switch that up 3 times.
Insecure, immature, unstable. Come
on, she'll say that. There it is, because y'all ain't gonna kill her.
She always remind us.
She always reminds us.
She always remind us. Whenever we say women, she be like,
that eyebrow go up.
Come on. So you go, when we say things about women, I'm gonna point right to you, and then you gonna say what you say. I'm like,
immature, insecure, unstable.
Come on.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that women need to learn how to handle the no portion of it, because a lot of times, a lot of men just don't come out and say no in a way where we saying we just not gonna do it. I would like to imagine that most men who are trying to lead, what they will do is they would like to give context behind the no. I give context behind my no. So that way you at least got a buffer. You know what I mean? To let you know that I'm not trying to lead with an iron fist. I've never led with an iron fist. I always try to lead with context and, like my cousin says, resolve, you know, because that's what you have to do. You have to lead with context and resolve. If I just make a decision and a move and it just happens, you're going to be left in the background trying to figure out, well, why did you do it? No, you need to know why I'm making the decision and why and how it can come forth, whether it's going to be a good idea or a bad idea. You need to know what I'm looking at. So if something goes completely opposite of what that woman is thinking, Allow that man to clean up the mess and the
That's it.
mistake.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
don't have to tell him. You don't have to say, well, I told you it was going to be this. You have to trust a man well enough to know that he will not sink the ship.
That's it.
I think a lot of women don't understand too.
Mhm.
When you have a real man that's a real leader and he really loves you, it's not easy to tell you.
Come on.
So
That's it, brother.
the more you
right.
pout and fight,
Yes.
it hurts. It
Yes.
tears away at me.
Come on.
It because I love you.
Because I love you.
want to see
That's it,
you
bro.
happy.
That's it.
I want to see you thrive.
Come on.
And when I tell you no, it's not because I don't like you or I'm just trying to make you mad. And it's like a thing in society now where it's like cute for women to like pout and throw a.
It is. I'm a baby.
But
I'm a baby.
it's just like with a baby, you know what I mean? Like you don't like, I know you gotta when you take your baby, anybody that's ever had a child, you gotta take your child to go get shots. I know that you need this shot. I've seen parents that have to turn away, but they're holding this baby down so this baby could get this shot.
Yeah.
And that hurts me. I know that this shot will do you better, but it hurts me to watch you have to do this. Yeah. But I know what's best for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying a woman's a baby or anything like that. I'm not talking
just the analogy.
But
I'm a baby. I'm a baby on the inside. Like all this like rough and tough with my Afro puffs. Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah.
But on the inside, I's a baby. I just want to be cuddled and coddled and carried and everything.
But sometimes babies have to be held down and shot.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh no. Okay. Okay. The views expressed on this Rock Truth Radio Live are not the views of Rock Truth Radio or its affiliates. Right. There we go. We put that.
There you go.
Yo,
so that way
please don't sound bite me. I'm about to get put off. First of all, I made a remark I remember in the beginning of the show, and I said, I hope they don't cancel a show. I done came in the house, burnt it up, and then about to walk out. They're gonna have a show.
That's because he did a show the other day. He might not have a show, exactly. So they ain't just gonna come in on mine and make sure that nobody. Right.
Let me shut this.
Nobody got a show.
He said, "If I got to suffer, we got to suffer."
No, but I mean, like when I say no, you know, they get shot. I mean, get a shot. Sometimes babies have to be held down so they can get a shot.
Yeah.
And I did not make a disparaging comment about Jews earlier.
We love y'all.
Right, I do. And I was actually just saying like it's a derogatory statement, but people use that term Jew when you're saving money or you're frugal about saving money. But then they turn around and you say, well, Jews are rich. Well, they're rich because they.
Yeah.
They might be honoring you with money, right? Right.
We honoring you.
And it's not even stingy.
No, it's not.
So, it's an honor. It's an honor. So I don't want anybody to soundbite me and try to put you over me at all. You know, I still got my show though.
Right. I'll be on your show. I'll be sitting right next to you. We gonna sit in that brown. Hey, this is our show. We gonna sit in that brown chair together.
Right. You got my show.
And you know that comment you made about the baby taking the shot, that also shows that the person that knows best has to make those tough decisions.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what and I think a lot of times women don't understand that the brevity, how heavy that weighs and sits on a man when he has to make certain decisions. Man. Because like I said earlier, at the end of the day, we don't know how it's gonna look on the other side. Yeah. All we doing is trusting God. That's all we doing is trusting God, yo. That walk by faith and not by sight is real, yo.
It's huge.
And while a woman wants to see as the leader, we're the first ones to walk and step into the quicksand. They don't understand that. Like you can have me either walk in the quicksand, or what you could do is you can have me find the foolproof way. So now all I got to do is lay down a board, and you can just walk over that bad boy and not have to sink.
Yeah,
that's it.
You got one or two options.
Yeah,
you know, but just know that you benefit in both options because you are not the one that has to go out and test it.
Yeah,
and you reap the benefits of you just having to never set foot in that sand.
Yeah, thank you, Lord.
Because what did I do? I took something off of you.
Yeah,
come on.
You don't have to worry.
Come on.
You don't have to. You might see it. You might not like it, but guess what? I'm the one that's got to step in the fire first.
That's
right.
I'm stepping in the fire so that way you don't have to get burned.
And I think that's where some women do get exhausted because you got some men, like I said, we want to do outside of our nature, even though it's in us, and they won't be the first one in the fire. They'll be like, "Baby, go ahead up in there."
Exactly. And that's the first step.
You know, it's crazy, man.
I'll push you in there.
Yeah, right.
It's hot, y'all.
Right.
It's hot. All right.
Right.
Where my new chick at?
Right.
Step on her. She's a bridge over troubled water.
Right.
She can handle the fire.
She
but I
can
know you
handle the
can,
fire.
though.
Right.
No, you
I know
can't.
you can, baby.
Right. I know you can do this. I'm a motivator, not a leader.
That's it.
Exactly. Baby, you got strength that I know you just.
I think you can.
Right.
I think you can. I know you can.
Right.
I will build you up.
Right. And it's the old you can do it type.
Right.
Exactly.
You can do
You
it.
start giving a reason. You say, baby, the first step is the best step.
It's the best
Right.
step.
You just have
Right.
to take it. Then you're
Right.
gonna realize if you gonna get burned.
Right.
Yeah.
Just take it.
We glorify the pimp, the pimp thing, and we,
Uh-huh.
but come on, man, let's be real.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like that whole pimp thing, you get to sit back and dress nice and look pretty, and I got to go out here. What can we say on this show?
Right. Everything we rock
Right.
truth are absolutely
I got
nothing at all.
You got to go out here and take penis, and I get to sit back and look good. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm looking good because of what you're doing.
Of what
Exactly.
you're doing. Of what you're
And that's like almost the opposite of a leader, man.
Yeah.
That is the
The
opposite.
leader get dirty, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, leaders got to be in the
leaders
trenches.
get
They do.
dirty, man. I
Yep.
remember my parents. I was, I said on my show, and I was going through divorce, and so for a minute I'm selling my house. So for a minute there, I was staying with my parents, and my dad even said, like, man, you dirty today. And I was like, yeah, he's like, you the boss. I was like, I am, but I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, so being a leader, if they dirty, I'm dirty.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they dirty, I'm dirty first.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's what I think we don't understand sometimes what a leader actually is.
Yeah. I totally agree. I was going to say, when you guys were talking initially, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Normally we just use that as like a cliche thing to say, but like take in every word. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's so much that you have to do and be as a leader.
Yeah.
And when you know that at the end of the day, everything falls on you. It's on your reputation. It's on your namesake. It's on your character. It's everything. That's huge to take in.
Come on.
That's huge to take in. And then for women, not understanding. Like when you were talking about providing a reason as to why you say no or whatever your decision is, that's a luxury. You're not owed a why. I said no.
Yeah, because I could walk away and just leave it.
Listen, the only thing you're owed, or rather you can pay, is attention as well as obedience. That's all I'm looking for. You go with God. There's a lot of stuff that you don't understand. Okay, in time, and I'll let you understand. Because even as a baby, you could sit here and talk to me all day and say, well, you need this shot for the betterment of yourself. And I'm a baby. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I just want my binky. I have no clue what you're talking about. Shout out to Nicole Ingram. She says, a leader leads by actions. Most leaders never have to say they are a leader. Their actions are a true reflection of their leadership. And I totally agree. Like you walking around like, I'm the leader. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm the head. You're not.
Yeah. Man, shout out to Tiffany.
Yeah, man.
Tiffany Ingram, Nicole the Ingram of Tiffany's Closet.
Big ups to her.
Yo, send me your ad so we can add you on here, Queen, so we can make sure that we're recognizing women of our characters.
She doing it. She out there doing it.
Come on now. Come on. Join the throne. Like it is. There's enough space for all of us in our own right.
Come on.
And so being and representing the model citizen that we should be for society. Hey, boo, hey. It's imperative. We need more of us out here. It's not gonna be a lot. Like we talked about, these are rare jewels and rare finds, but definitely representing women of character and of kingdom business is important. So shout out to you, Queen. Thanks for being in the chat. Shout out to Black Butterfly Podcast, Amaru and Candace. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. Davis, thank you guys, and anybody else who hasn't commented but you are watching. Shout out to you guys and thank you for tuning in. But yeah, I think that if women understood their impact and role that they play for men, for God in this game, we could win. Not that we're not going to win, because hey, if we don't have a play in place, what we do, we trade up. Yeah. And as they should trade up. Like I'm not. Listen, man. We only got this life, and I'm not saying YOLO. I'm just saying on this side of the Jordan, I ain't wasting no time. I'm not wasting no time. So if you show up, this is like flat out interviews. If you show up and you talking about I don't do windows, I don't do floors, that's fine. We'll be in touch. Next. Tina, bring in the next one. No, you're fine. You're fine. Thank you so much for considering Ron Reed Enterprises. But the answer is no.
It's not a good fit.
And this, when we talk about order and structure for kings, not allowing anything grows from us queens. If you allow it, then this is why it continues on in society, and they think that this is fine. This is okay to behave like this, act like this, be like this. Put your foot down. The answer is no.
Yeah.
Yes.
No is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
And I hear you.
No is a challenge.
You know, one thing I believe is real big on that is being I feel that it's up to a man to cultivate a woman's purpose as well.
Yeah,
because a lot of women feel as if they don't have women don't want to be straight housewives, and I get it. Nobody ever put that role on you. Well, let me rephrase that. I guess it might have been put on you, but that was the role that you don't have to possess. That doesn't have to be your identity. You know what I mean? Because just as God is called to do something, God has called men to do something. He can call women to do things too.
A lot of things.
So what we have to do as men is we have to figure out, I know that's what I do in my household.
Yeah.
I do what I can to try to make sure my wife is cultivated within her purpose. Because if she's doing her thing, then she will be fulfilled. She will be happy.
Yeah.
And then now some women might not need that help me. She's available to help. Yeah. Okay. Always remember, a woman still has to be available to help. So when a woman is available to help, cultivate that, embrace it, say, you know what? Okay, baby, I see where you took these strides. I see what you did. Thank you so much. That helped me. Yeah. Let her know that she's appreciated in that. Yeah. But when we start talking about a woman in purpose,
come on.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like, my wife sat up here, she's doing real estate at the moment. I have to be a fool not to be able to recognize how my wife getting into real estate would benefit us
down the line,
as the marriage down the line, and also being able to help both of our purposes, and overall just to help us do the things that we would want to do.
Yep.
Why, for me to tell her, no, you can't embark on that. Now if you ain't gonna be serious, I will tell her, you need to take it serious. Yeah. If that's something you really want to do, be serious about it. I will tell her that. But for the most part, my wife, she tell me she want to do something, you go ahead and do it, but just be serious about it. Just because it's available to you, that doesn't mean you have to back out so quick. So what I do in my household is I do the best I can to try to make sure that she's cultivating her purpose. Different things are going on, because I have enough sense to know as a man that whatever my wife should touch, it should be multiplied, maximized, duplicated times 1,000, and then it will be able to come back and help us
with a return, brother. Look at them.
Able to help.
You go back to the law of origin. Yeah. Your being makes you fruitful.
Yeah.
Being that fertility, in a sense, now multiplies. And then men, your job is to cultivate, to bring out the overall grander result of everything that's been placed under your jurisdiction.
Facts.
Your job was to cultivate her, make her bring out everything, scope and mold her into the WomBman that you saw in your ideology, the WomBman that God placed or had in mind prior to. He's prepared people for the prepare. He's already did that, and your job is to make the executive decision of who it is that is even worthy of fitting or befitting into the grand scheme of things.
Facts.
And you're absolutely right. Like, her being is to benefit you. She purposely has all these different skill sets and talents only to help you bring about the overall result of the plan that God gave you guys. So it's an imperative piece.
Because a true man recognizes the big picture. You have to be able to see the big picture of what a woman can provide in your life. You have to be able to see that. If you don't see that, then typically those are the men that say what I say goes, or if I lay down the law, you just gonna listen to me and what I say. We don't have to consider your opinion. That it's a way to say it and it's a way to do it, but most men who are like that, they are disrespectful. Let me put it that way. They're disrespectful.
Yeah, because you don't have to, again, like Tiffany was saying, you don't have to say it. When you king, everybody know it.
Everybody know
you
it.
walk in a room,
you don't have
they
to
know
flex nothing.
You ain't got everybody, all heads turn like, who is that? And for women, first of all, it brings out natural femininity. We soften when men are in the room. We mentally, what?
He said,
what?
My man got weak over here in the corner.
But we do.
I like soft.
But we, my king, but we do. we soften
Yeah.
when kings are in the room. We mentally submit and bow in recognition. What serve you? I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to serve you. But you definitely don't have to say. You don't have to say. You just continue to be. You have to be stern. You have to be, again, one thing that's imperative is not allowing the baby, like, because you love your baby, not allowing the baby to manipulate your decision making. It's so easy. Like he said, we're your heart. And so to tell you no is kind of like, oh, poo poo. No, like I said no and I meant that. Now you can come on over here and sit on my lap. But the no is a no. You can't get these snacks right now. You're not gonna get, it's not snack time. You're not getting it. And then eventually, just like children, and I'm not saying that women are children in the comparison that most people who desire to be combative anyway want to place us. No, but just like children, in about 3-4 seconds, we're gonna forget about it. I'm mad on to something else.
Yeah, it's crazy. If I made one mistake in my family, that's the mistake that I made. If that was probably my most prevalent mistake, was feeling like, and changing my mind on things after I seen how it made me
I understand.
feel, was falling back on things that I knew that we should have done, but everybody was like, I don't. Everybody started dragging. And then the part of being a leader is you're watching them go through this and it's hurting you. And to an extent, you have to push harder.
Yeah, you do.
You have to push harder because I told y'all that we got to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then everybody dragging around and you know that they don't want to go. You know that they don't want to do this. Man, you look at Moses, man, like
complainers. Oh, you generation.
Moses had to put up with them N-words for
what?
How many years?
Come on, man.
Fools had to die.
Bro, you know the toll that probably took him.
Come on.
I just went up to the mountain, I came down.
Right.
With the great help.
Right. And you think that didn't hurt him? That he and they looking at him like, bro, you didn't drug us. You didn't drug us out here. It ain't even nothing to eat. I don't believe this. And he's sitting up there thinking like, man, I know we got to go. He's sitting up there. I wonder how many decisions he did make.
Oh,
come on. Oh, ain't it, bro?
Because of this.
Yes.
Oh, real quick, guys. We're going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to swing it to Nicole real quick. And she says, I heard something a few weeks ago. A lady said, my husband cultivated a space for me to grow in my softness. I realized that I could grow in this area if I am not in survival mode. I can grow as a single woman, single, whole, one, and complete. Let me add that. It is it's hard to balance both. I feel like I am in survival mode in a war zone all the time. My queen, the grand recognition.
Yeah,
you can grow from there. That's the thing. You can, where you are now. You send me your location. We got you, Drake. We know exactly where you at. And so now that you know where you are, all you got to do is turn from that. It's not you moving any further from where you are. Just simply turn. It's not a 360. It is a 180. Turn from and turn to He who is truth, and come out of survival mode, man. All of us got survivor's remorse. All of us is going through that PTSD, postpartum depression from something, anything that we can't get out. But just recognizing where you are. Step 1, 2, realizing that, hey, I need to change. Step 3, being willing. Turn from it, queen. Like we don't have to protect ourselves no more. I know where you are, sis. We don't got to protect ourselves no more, especially when you surround yourself with grand kings. Get in the company of grand kings. Come on. People that will cultivate you from a friendship level to begin with. And so real quick, guys, let me get final thoughts. Jeff Releford.
Oh man. First thing, great show. Queen, great show.
Thank you, King.
We sat up here, we embarked on a few things, talked about some stuff, but I have to just go ahead and say this. Women, understand that you are great and understand that you have a great power. You have a great power in allowing yourself to just be the person that can help him. If you understand, and I'm not saying jump into and say, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Sometimes sit back and watch, see what's going on. And then all you have to do is just insert yourself in these certain key points of his life. He'll recognize you and he'll tell you thank you. But it doesn't have to be a big blown up deal. Just make a presence and walk in your presence and be confident while you're in that presence.
That's it, Ronald Reed.
Shout out to my first relationship, my Jesus Christ, my God. my real daddy that's teaching me to be a new and better man every day. Shout out to you.
Man, thank you, King. Yo, thank you, brothers, for the most inspiring words. You guys encourage me and provide me with a platform to be, the freedom to be. That's most important. Like, I can just be SelenaKay. I can be every bit of that, quirky, weird, nerdy, just all of that, all of my being in one space. And then the friendship, to have the dopest friends in America, to have like true love, bro. Like, that's something that I've always, like, I was driving down the highway the other day, like, just like, seriously, I'm just crying. Like, that's all I desire is love. Forget all the other stuff, man. I could care less about it. I just simply want love, yo. And so to have that and to recognize it around me before he can give me more, like, he's not going to give you much more if you don't have or appreciate what you have now. So shout out to all of the women being the difference, not just making his difference and making his story, the story that Jesus has provided us, become rock true in our lives. Rock truth or nothing. Man. Dope show.